you're probably not eating enough protein or fiber at breakfast. Because if your morning is just coffee, maybe a granola bar, a couple bites of your kid's breakfast while you're running out the door, you're probably starving by 10 or 11. And then later in the day, the cravings hit hard. That's why I teach something called the 35 method. I want you aiming for around 30 grams of protein and at least 5 grams of fiber at breakfast, because that combo keeps you full way longer and helps with cravings later in the day. And the good news is this does not need to be complicated. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 super easy high protein breakfasts that actually work for busy mornings. And I made a free 35 breakfast guide too, with all the measurements, protein and fiber breakdowns, and even more breakfast ideas if you want it. So I'll link that below for you too. Okay, first up is probably the easiest breakfast in this entire video, the Greek yogurt power bowl. And before you click away because Greek yogurt sounds boring, hear me out. Most breakfasts are either mostly carbs or they have protein but almost no fiber. And that's usually why you're hungry again an hour later. So this bowl is built around both. You've got Greek yogurt as your protein base, berries for fiber and volume, chia seeds, which are honestly one of the easiest ways to increase fiber without making breakfast complicated, and a little bit of almonds for healthy fats and a little bit of crunch. If you want it sweeter, you can drizzle a little honey on top or even add some PB2 powder and cinnamon to make it taste more like a dessert. And this is what I love about this breakfast. It takes maybe 2 minutes to throw together, but you're getting around 30 grams of protein, 7 to 8 grams of fiber, and enough volume to actually stay full. Because protein helps with fullness and cravings, and fiber slows digestion down, so you're not getting that huge blood sugar crash an hour later. And I know fruits get demonized a lot online now, but berries are one of the best carbs you can add to a breakfast like this because they're high in fiber and digest way differently than something like sugary cereal or pastries. This is the kind of breakfast where you're not standing in the pantry an hour later looking for snacks. Okay, next breakfast. So this next one is more of my life is chaos breakfast. Like everybody overslept, you barely slept, you have 5 minutes before you need to leave the house. And honestly, I do this one a lot right now. I'm building a business, I have 3 kids under 6, and I'm not even 2 years postpartum yet. So some mornings are just survival mode. And this is where I think people usually either skip breakfast completely or just grab something random that doesn't keep them full at all. So one of my favorite quick options is pairing a higher protein bar with Greek yogurt and fruit. I personally love the G2G bars. This is not sponsored, I just genuinely like them. They have quality ingredients, they have to be refrigerated, and they're way higher in protein than most bars. And if you want to add more fiber, throw some chia seeds into the Greek yogurt. Now, before somebody says protein bars are processed, yes, some are, but realistically, this is still going to keep you fuller way longer than coffee and nothing until noon. And that's the stuff I want you focusing on, not making the perfect breakfast every single morning, just building meals that help you stay full, give you nutrients, and stay consistent. Okay, next is for the people who don't really like eating breakfast, or you just need something you can drink in the car during school drop-off. So this is the smoothie option, and smoothies can either be amazing for fat loss or terrible, because most smoothies are basically just blended fruit and sugar. And when breakfast spikes your blood sugar really fast without enough protein, fiber, or fat to slow it down, that's usually when you end up crashing and feeling hungry again an hour later. So for this one, I always want a protein source, fiber, and something that helps keep it filling. So the base is protein powder and Greek yogurt for protein, frozen berries, and usually half a banana for carbs and fiber and a little sweetness. Chia seeds slow digestion down, and I also add a tablespoon of almond butter because healthy fats help keep this way more satisfying. And I throw spinach in there too. And before somebody says they can taste spinach in smoothies, you really can't. It just adds extra nutrients and fiber without changing the flavor much. For the liquid, I usually just use whole milk. But if you want to lower the fat a little bit, you could use low-fat milk or even water. And this is one of those breakfasts that's really good for people who say they're not hungry in the morning, because drinking something is usually easier than sitting down and eating a huge meal. You're still getting protein and fiber in early, and that can make a really big difference with cravings later in the day. Next up, overnight oats. And if your first thought is, oats are high carb. This is why I care way more about what you pair them with. Because again, we don't want this huge sugar spike in the morning that leaves you hungry again an hour later. We want breakfast to actually keep you full and help minimize cravings later in the day. Because plain oatmeal by itself usually doesn't keep people full very long. But when you add protein, fiber, and some healthy fats, it's a completely different breakfast. So the base is rolled oats. Then I add protein powder, chia seeds, Greek yogurt, and usually diced apples with cinnamon. For the liquid, I usually just use milk, but you can also use almond milk or water if you want to lower the calories a little bit. And yes, you absolutely could add flax seeds, hemp seeds, all the things, but we're busy moms. We do not need 14 ingredients in our overnight oats to make them healthy. We need simple and good enough. And this version still works really well. And one of the reasons I love this one is because you can make like 3 jars at once. So breakfast is basically done for the next few mornings. And as a busy mom, that's a must. Because when breakfast is already sitting in the fridge ready to go, you're way less likely to skip it or grab something random. And this breakfast surprises people because it's actually really filling, especially compared to stuff like instant oatmeal packets or pastries that leave you hungry again an hour later. And adding apples and cinnamon makes it taste way better without needing a bunch of sugar. All right, next up is probably the best option if you like savory breakfast. These are the egg muffins. And I feel like egg muffins get a bad reputation because people make plain egg muffins that taste like sadness. I've done it before a million times. So the trick is adding things that actually make them filling and taste good. So I use whole eggs, egg whites, cottage cheese, spinach, peppers, usually mozzarella or cheddar depending on what I have. And then I mix in some everything bagel seasoning, salt, and pepper. And the cottage cheese makes a huge difference. It adds more protein, but it also makes them way softer and less dry. And this is another really good prep option because you can make a whole batch at once. So breakfast is basically handled for the next few days. And if you pair these with fruit or a piece of high fiber toast, you've got a really solid breakfast. And this is another example of why I care way more about building balanced meals than cutting out carbs, because adding fiber and protein changes how filling the meal actually is. And that's usually what people are missing. They're eating breakfast, but they're still hungry right after. And these keep you full way longer than something like toast by itself. And hopefully you notice something about all of these breakfasts. None of them are complicated. There's no 45-minute morning routine, no perfect meal prep containers, no cutting out carbs. It's just protein, fiber, and meals that actually fit real life. And I think social media sometimes makes healthy eating look way more complicated than it needs to be. Most busy moms are not out here making elaborate breakfasts every morning. We're just trying to eat something that keeps us full and doesn't have us raiding the pantry 2 hours later. And if you take nothing else from this video, let it be this. If your breakfast keeps you full, keeps your energy more stable, and helps you cut down cravings later in the day, that's a win. You do not need to eat perfectly to lose fat after 35. You just need meals that work with your life well enough that you can actually repeat them. And that's exactly why I made the free 35 breakfast guide. It has all 5 of these breakfasts, the measurements, the protein and fiber breakdowns, and a bunch more ideas too. So if you want that, I linked it below. And if this video was helpful, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to keep making realistic fat loss videos for busy moms that don't require living in the kitchen. I'll see you in the next one.